Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Rachel Roller. The conflict between Israel and Hamas hasn't just affected those in the Middle East. It's hitting home for people here in the U.S. as we've seen a major rise in anti-Semitic attacks in recent weeks. Joining us to discuss now is Eric Orgen and his daughter Jamie, whose family just experienced this while vacationing in Florida, and also Rabbi Yaakov Menken. Welcome to all of you to Wake Up America. Eric, I'll start with you. You experienced something very terrible after leaving a synagogue in Florida. Can you share your experience with us?
Sure. We were down in Florida on vacation. My wife, my daughter, we were there with some family friends, and just taking a leisurely walk on Collins Avenue, a vehicle approached. Four gentlemen rolled down their windows, began to scream a number of different expletives at us. Free Palestine, FU Jews, Die Jew. At one point yelling that they were going to rape my wife and rape my daughter. But thankfully a vehicle behind them heard everything that was happening, witnessed what happened, actually pulled between us on the street and this vehicle, showed a weapon, and they took off.
I'm so sorry to hear that, first off. Jamie, I can't imagine what that's like experiencing for you. For your father to have to hear that about his daughter and wife is one thing, and also for you to have to experience that. What was that like for you?
I mean, you see all these stories on social media and all over the news and the internet of things that are going on, but you never actually have experienced it firsthand. And then you're standing there just on vacation with your family in Florida, taking a walk, and you're just experiencing it. It's like, what's going on here? It was kind of shocking. I had to take a second and kind of process, what just happened?
Right. No, I think you point out something very important. We see things on the internet. We feel so disconnected from it until it does, in fact, happen to us, which we wouldn't expect. Rabbi Menken, what have you noticed about the way Jewish people are being treated in recent weeks?
Well, it's horrible, but you're seeing the real nature of what pro-Palestinian really means, very sadly. The whole name Palestine comes from ethnic colonialism. It was Greco-Roman colonialists who created the name Palestine. It's been adopted by other invaders of the Holy Land. Now they're using it as an excuse to push all the Jews out. Look at their map of Palestine. We want to replace Israel. We want ethnic cleansing. We want to get rid of the Jews. So you see, obviously, that is proven by the fact that now it is expanding worldwide, that it has nothing to do. None of the events that you're showing on screen now are happening in Israel. This is happening around the globe because it's open season on Jews when it's, quote unquote, pro-Palestine.
And we were just showing some video. That last video you were watching was from New York City. The video before that, that van with the horrific writing on the side saying Hitler was right, is in Boca Raton, Florida. So we're not just seeing this in New York City and Los Angeles. That's also happening. This experience, of course, with Eric and his daughter Jamie happening in Florida. Now, Eric, I know you said, you touched on this a moment ago about the person in the vehicle behind those who were harassing you, but you actually referred to him as a guardian angel. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. Who knows what would have happened had someone not been there to scare these people off. I didn't think about it at the time. I mean, my first instinct when everything was going off was just to push my wife, my daughter, our friend behind me. I guess it was the Papa Bear instinct, but who knows what could have escalated. There were four of them in that vehicle. It was just us. I don't know. But the whole thing is, I think it's just pure insanity. I completely unprovoked by us. What's going through people's heads these days?
Right, and I think that's something your daughter, Jamie, touched on, just what is happening here. Jamie, is this changing the way you do things? Do you think you'll act differently now or be on guard more? As you mentioned, you were just walking down Collins Ave in Miami, and if you know that area, you should be able to just walk around Collins Ave and not have to experience something like this anywhere, really.
I mean, it definitely is a fear now, just, when I'm out walking. Is something going to happen to me, what would have happened if I was alone or if I was just with my mom, if he wasn't here for us. It's something that I'm definitely going to now have a different perspective and have my eyes open and change the way I feel about it, I guess.
Absolutely. It is devastating that you do have to think about that. And you do have to prepare for that. Rabbi Menken, tell us, what is it that you're telling your congregation, not only about this rise in anti-Semitic attacks that we're seeing, but also how to respond and how to stay safe and how this can come to an end?
Well, let's look at, first of all, I want to point out that the guardian angel in this particular case, and one of similar cases, the man who stepped in and intervened was an Arab Muslim Uber driver who just said, this is unacceptable behavior. We will not have this. This is not about a contest between religions. This is a contest about bigotry. Yes, there is a fundamental problem with saying we're going to replace Israel with Palestine, but that doesn't actually come from religion. That's not really the core motivator here. And so people shouldn't make that mistake. That's one step. Just in terms of how to generally look at this, look at Germany in the early 1930s. What way do you want to see your country go, and how do you want your country to be judged in 50 years? If this is not if you don't want to look like Germany in the Nazi era and to be remembered forever as Nazis, America has to start doing something about this right now. And sadly, in Congress, we're not seeing it happen. We're going to continue doing our part, which is simply to share peace and a vision for brotherhood, which is, all the pro-Israel rallies, you see talk of peace. All the quote-unquote pro-Palestinian rallies, there's no talk of peace. There's talk of replacement. That has to come to an end.
Here's to hoping for that peace. Rabbi Menken, Jamie and Eric Orgen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.